Hey.
Hey, Kat.
She's the host now.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Kat.
Okay, can you see me?
I can see you.
Okay, great. Let's hope we can get this thing up and running the way we like it.
Yeah. We have Amy and Gina. They're on.
Okay, great. Let me just okay. You know, I already practiced this. You'd think I'd have it down by heart. Let's see. We want to have our PowerPoint.
Need the PowerPoint.
Yep, there we go. And I'm gonna push it back up to page 1, obviously. And presentation mode. Voila! There we have it. So, hi everybody. Good to see you. Oh my goodness, I can see junk in my background. I'm gonna turn that a little bit. This is my office. It's like the final frontier.
That's okay.
I think we all have those spaces. I moved up into my son's room.
Yeah. This is every time we get one room done, another one kind of pops up, but that's okay. Keeps it interesting.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, hopefully more folks will be getting on, because I did see that I had 10 people that expressed interest, but I don't know if perhaps that might be because they want the printed version or the I guess the recording, which
Right.
is that.
I know my brother's coming on. He's in Hilton Head and he was excited.
Very
I'm
nice.
here.
Yeah,
You're here?
Hi, Jack.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I hear you.
Awesome. Are you on your phone or on a computer?
On the computer? Yeah, the internet was acting a little weird.
Awesome. We got a guy on.
That's so cool.
He's
Well,
been
why-
Mr. Successful with one of the detoxes.
Nice.
On a roll since January.
That's
Very
good.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say? You think we should get going, because this is recording, and
Yeah, why don't we go ahead and get started, and we may have more people jump on. Mm-hmm.
yeah, we don't want to have too much chit chat for the people who might watch this later.
All right, so start the recording now, right?
Yeah, well, it's already started. I guess it started automatically when we got started. So if you're watching this as a recording, welcome. And for everybody who's on here live, we're happy to have you here. I'm Kat, and we're excited to present this class on gut-wrenching health, Toxin Truth. Let me see. Let me get to the next slide. There we go. And I know that gut-wrenching health, Toxin Truth sounds a little ominous, but it's not meant to be. Basically, we just want you to know that there's a lot going on down in that belly area, and it's important to take care of it. It's our mission to empower you to make the necessary changes to prevent and manage disease and any illness within your own physical body, because what happens is we're really resilient as humans, and we can easily put up with a lot of stuff, and then suddenly you have this major health crisis and you think, like, where'd that come from? That came out of nowhere. Well, chances are it didn't. Chances are it's been brewing and probably in your gut. So we're going to give you a lot of great tips tonight that you can take away, and they're easy things to do. It's nothing too crazy, so you'll be able to incorporate this into your life and start to heal yourself from the inside out. So before we get really rolling on this, we're all going to take a turn and introduce ourselves. So I'm Kat Ogar. I'm the owner of Infinite Health and Wellness, and my practice is in Norwell, Massachusetts. I work with women and children's health, basically with a focus on anxiety, depression, chronic worrying, and for kids it's behavioral issues like ADD, ADHD. And one of the things that I've learned over the past decade is that these particular ailments are directly correlated to the gut. So that's why I'm passionate about this topic, and I'm really excited to be here tonight to talk more about it with everyone. Hi,
I'm Janice Marto, owner of Nourish Whole Self. I live in Alpharetta, Georgia, and you may hear my voice coming in and out tonight. I apologize in advance. I specialize in women's gut health issues. So this is right up my alley, because I've suffered from so many different gut issues myself over the years, and I've learned how to overcome a lot of those problems. And I also help with hormonal imbalances, and I also teach people how to use and incorporate essential oils into their life as well.
And we all have a lot in common. Susan Browning, we all went to one of the same health coach schools, but I'm from Evansville, Indiana. And I'm a certified health coach also from an owner of Refreshing Lives. I specialize in clean living food, encouraging people to get back to the garden. I feel like that's where optimum wellness is. And I just believe there's magic in the plants, as well as the essential oils. We all are essential oil lovers. So we just find that a natural approach to healthcare. So, but my background is in dental hygiene. So I've always been fascinated with teeth, bones, that whole structural thing. And so my ultimate goal is to get your bones healthy as well, and getting your health well all the way down to the bone. So that's what we're about.
Nice. All right. So here we go.
Okay, that's me. Well, do any of these symptoms ring a bell? I'm sure that they do. We all have them from various reasons, but it's a list of common symptoms that a lot of people and clients whom we've worked with experience. It's likely that you either have one or recognize some, or you have family members that are dealing with it. But they are usually related to an imbalance in the digestive system. Headaches, fatigue, constipation, diarrhea, bloating, you can see the list here. But a lot of these are common among anything that if you have a digestive disorder. But our gut tends to be one of the most neglected systems in our body. Our standard American diet is just loaded with processed foods and ingredients that our bodies don't recognize. And it's one of the main culprits for getting our digestive system out of whack. So it's my hope that after this class, you will feel empowered to take preventative action against illness by taking care of your gut. And here we have, sorry, this is kind of like digestion 101, but it's kind of like you got to have a place to start. Because our digestive system plays a critical role in the absorption of our nutrients, maintaining energy, and our metabolism. And it works by moving the food through our gastrointestinal tract. It begins when we put food in our mouth. The saliva in our mouth has some digestive enzymes, and it continues as we chew, and it's broken up down into smaller molecules as it proceeds down. And yeah, go ahead and leave this on, Kat.
Yeah.
Okay, just for this bit, just because of this picture, because the GI tract is made up of several hollow organs. I find it interesting because we've got 7 to 10 organs that are associated with digestion, but several of them are hollow, starting with the mouth, and then goes through our esophagus into the stomach, which has all the strong acids that break things down, into the small intestine, large intestine, which includes our rectum, and to the anus, where it comes out. So the solid organs of our digestive system are the liver, pancreas, and gallbladder. And each of these have unique roles and functions and characteristics that all work together. But our gut is the home of friendly and unfriendly bacteria. And when the good and the bad get out of balance, that's where we run into digestive issues. You can go ahead and switch the screen, Kat, if you want to. It's like the microorganisms that are in our gut typically weigh about 4 to 5 pounds. I find that amazing. And it needs to fill approximately 3,200. This says 300 square meters, but that equates to 3,200 square feet of real estate or intestinal lining. I find that amazing because my house is like 3,200 square feet, without the basement.
Like a football field.
I just can't fathom that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but when you think of our gut's main role is as a barrier to keep things out, the bad things out, and to keep things in that we need to have in. So when you think of your digestive system, it's good to think of it as the root of your health. Hippocrates said all disease begins in the gut, and all that we drink and all that we eat passes through this system. It's a system responsible for absorbing like all the nutrients that we take in, or the lack of taking it in. If it's out of balance, you're not getting what you need nutritionally. But if this system isn't functioning, you won't absorb the nutrients that it needs, and our immune system will be weak responding to that. So that's why we're kind of focusing on this right now, because it's that time of year. Fall and winter are coming, and it's time to focus on like building your gut up now, building up a strong immune system to ward off the illness that we're all going to be exposed to. And if it's not, already I've got friends that I ran with this morning, 2 of them are getting sick. So, but 70% of our immune system lives in and around our gut. So there's just so much importance to it that sometimes we don't pay attention to.
Right. I love that stat about how long how long that is. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so how do you improve your gut health? Because that's what we're here for, right? We want to know what can we do? How can we make ourselves healthier? Um, so we need a healthy foundation. And I don't think there's anything on this particular slide that's new to anyone. Eat clean, get as much organic and natural food in your body as you can. In the past, I think organic has been tough for people, especially if they've got big families, because it's expensive. But now a lot of the wholesale clubs are carrying it naturally. You can go to a farmer's market or a food stand. There's lots of ways to work this in and make it affordable. Obviously, we want to eat toxic-free foods. Nobody would purposely go out and buy something like that. And so if somebody is using herbicides, pesticides, hormones, and antibiotics, they're probably not going to be promoting that. But the people who are not are more than happy to let you know via their packaging that they're not doing that. So that's what you want to be looking out for. The next one, 85% friendly bacteria and 15% unfriendly bacteria equals balance. It's pretty safe to say that most people are not experiencing that, and myself included. I've had gut health issues for a really long time, probably my whole life, and it wasn't until the past 5 years or so that I've really delved into this, and it's helping me to get my health on track. So if you feel like that's not you, don't worry, you're in good company. I think most people are in that realm. And then supplements, enzymes and probiotics. We're going to talk a little bit more about probiotics, so I won't jump the gun on that. But as far as enzymes go, these are supplements that you can take before you eat that will help you to absorb the nutrients. Because what happens if you're not is that you're just eating the food, it goes in, it goes out, and it's like the nutrients that are supposed to go to all the different areas, head to toe, they're not reaching those areas. And that's why you're not feeling good. So that's a really great thing to do if you're dealing with any of the problems that Susan went over in one of those earlier slides.
And I'll be going in detail about the enzymes as well.
Right, exactly. Prebiotics, basically prebiotics are food. There's no pill. You just take, the cleaner you eat, the better you're going to feel. And it's really that simple. So basically what you want to do is to add some foods into your diet that are going to really help that, the good friendly bacteria that you hear about a lot. These are things that you can do. And it's not like you have to do it before you eat a meal. You do it as part of your meal. Prebiotics is, it's really underappreciated and not a lot of people looking at it. I think probiotics gets all the attention right now, and rightfully so, but this is something that we want to start paying attention to. Most Americans don't consume enough prebiotics every day, and sadly what happens is it aggravates your digestion. We have higher levels of inflammation, and as we've just learned that disease begins in the gut, and that starts with inflammation. We have lower immune function, higher likelihood of gaining weight, and just an increase of risk for a variety of chronic diseases. So basically, if we can eat foods that will help us, then we'll be able to get back on track. The other thing is prebiotics help feed the probiotics, so they kind of go hand in hand, which is really nice. And when you pair them together, then you get even better results. So going on to the next screen, these are some of the foods, and most of them you're probably already eating, so it's not anything crazy. The fruits are on the top and the veggies are on the bottom. The only one that might be a little bit new to most folks is jicama, which is the third one down under veggies. And I put a picture of it in the bottom right so that you can see what it looks like. It almost looks like either a potato or an onion, and it's been likened to a cross between a turnip and an apple. I don't know where they get that because it doesn't taste anything like turnip. It's got a mild taste, probably closer to an apple, but maybe it's because it looks like a turnip.
I love adding that to a raw potato.
Yeah, you think it tastes like, it's really bland. It's mild, so you just would add it to salads, or you could use it like cut it up like the size of carrot sticks and use it for dipping into hummus. The neat thing about this particular vegetable, not to get off track, but I think most of us are familiar with the other ones, is that you can get 25% of your daily fiber needs from 1 cup of this stuff. And if you're the type of person that loves potatoes and starchy veggies, this can easily take the place of that so that you don't have to deal with the unwanted pounds or inflammation from those. So that's it, prebiotics.
Okay, probiotics. Probiotics are beneficial bacteria that play a very important role in your overall health. They can be found everywhere, inside and outside of your body, doing good deeds, but most reside inside your gut. Probiotics form a lining along the walls of your intestines, creating a physical barrier to hinder invasion of the bad bacteria. And there's always going to be that war going on. The bad bacteria, they want to take over. And you just have to make sure that you keep everything balanced. The probiotics comprise a whopping 70% of your immune function. And probiotics are live. Okay, I'm not on that screen yet.
Sorry.
Yeah, probiotics are live microorganisms which, when administered in adequate amounts, confer a health benefit to the host, which is you. And as you can see here, there's a list of the probiotic benefits. Aids in your digestion, assist in absorption of nutrients, helps fight candida or leaky gut, fungal infections, prevent and control diarrhea, helps prevent skin conditions like eczema and acne, and improve and protect the immune system, protect against disease-causing pathogens, and helps decrease the carcinogenic compounds within the intestinal tract. Cultured foods. And I'm a big fan of cultured foods and, fermented foods. Cultured foods are awesome because they naturally contain healthy bacteria, naturally. Cultured foods might not seem to have much to do with happiness from the outside, but they definitely make your insides very happy. But here's some examples of some cultured fermented foods. Organic cultured yogurt. Myself, I am lactose intolerant, so I buy the dairy-free. So Delicious is the brand, coconut yogurt, and I love that. So you can still have yogurt if you're lactose intolerant. Just make sure you get the non-dairy. Kefir is another good one. Kimchi, I keep that in my refrigerator. It's made up of pickled cabbage, radishes, garlic, and ginger. I love adding that to my salads. Acidophilus milk, miso dressings. I also love miso soups. You can buy the powdered form. It comes in a box, organic, and mix it with the hot water and mix it in a mug, and you've got a nice little warm soup, miso soup. Sauerkraut, tempeh, pickles, olives, and other fermented foods. I also like Kavita probiotic drinks. It's sparkling. This one is lime mint coconut, but they have a lot of different flavors. So I keep that in my refrigerator all times. I always have one in my hand, it seems like. Enzymes. I mean, we touched on that just a little bit a few minutes ago. But, actually your digestion starts in your mouth when you start chewing your food because your saliva has enzymes in it. So when you chew your food well, at least 15 to 20 times for each bite, you naturally produce enzymes that aid in digestion of your body. So you want to definitely chew your food. I mean, I know so many people nowadays, they're driving in the car and they're eating fast food or whatever in the car, and they're not thinking about chewing. So, and they end up with digestive issues. So it's very important they do chew your food so your body can absorb the nutrients. If you have a present condition like adrenal fatigue, then you'll want to chew your food even more to promote better digestion. Our organs produce digestive enzymes, and different enzymes work on different foods. There are specific enzymes for starches and carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Enzymes are an essential factor in converting the food we eat into a form our bodies can use for nourishment and energy. Without optimal functioning of these enzymes, good digestive health may be impaired. Taking a digestive enzyme supplement is a great digestive health insurance plan. I personally went from bloated, I was bloated all the time. I had a hard time zipping my pants, just always uncomfortable because of all my digestive issues. But once I started taking enzymes and probiotics, it definitely helped me in the early stages of my repairing my gut. But I'm a huge proponent of Garden of Life probiotics. I keep those in my refrigerator. I really love that brand. I feel very confident in taking those. But I also like the doTERRA probiotic, because you don't have to refrigerate it. So if you're traveling or if you're out eating, you don't always eat at home, but if you're out eating, you can keep the doTERRA probiotics and also their digestive enzymes, which I love both of those. I keep mine in a Ziploc baggie in my purse. There's my little ratty. I need to change the Ziploc baggie. But anyway, I keep those in my purse, so I always have them with me. So
and the extra about the probiotic on doTERRA, not to plug that, is that it has prebiotic in it. I love how that is.
I love
the way that is mapped out.
Yeah, and you don't have to refrigerate it, which I think is great. Yeah.
Me too. I like that one too.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, we've got like 3 healthy solutions. One, like a detoxification. We all hear that word. Our body does it naturally, but anymore we're so inundated with everything that's coming into us through skin, air, water, surroundings, carpet, got everything. But the main meaning of detoxification is cleaning up our blood, and it's done by removing impurities from the blood and the liver, where our toxins are processed for elimination. Our body also eliminates toxins through other ways: kidneys, intestines, lungs, lymph, and skin. However, when our system's compromised and they're not properly filtered, every cell in our body is adversely affected, and you feel lousy. I mean, we just get to a point sometimes where you just don't feel good and you're not quite sure what it is. And I believe it's that I feel that we need to do that. Like Kat had mentioned somewhere along the line, spring and fall, I even like to do it 4 times a year, where you're really focusing on eliminating the sugars, being really good about it. The sugars, the alcohol, bummer, because I love wine. Gluten, if you slip too far into that, start snacking on I don't know, it just goes on and on, but it's nice to really get a grip on that. And you just feel the difference. There's just no question about it. So but our detoxification system can be supported naturally through the foods we eat, what we drink, exercise. Just there's so many things involved in it, but they're simple things, and the foods that you don't eat to get you back in tip-top shape.
And clean eating. Clean eating is simple. It's simply eating eating foods that are non-GMO, organic, free of herbicides and pesticides. Also, food free of hormones and steroids and antibiotics. Clean eating is real food in its least processed form. You should be able to pronounce every ingredient and know what type of plant it came from. Check out the ingredient label for a Larabar. When you flip it over, it has dates, cashews, almonds, and some spices, and that's it. And then take a look at a Snickers bar. Oh my gosh. Snickers bar has 25 ingredients that no one really knows what the heck they are. So clean eating is focusing on real natural foods that don't have the strange additives or preservatives. It just freaks me out when I pick up anything in the grocery and I look at the ingredient labels. I go, what the heck is? I mean, but most people don't even flip it over and actually read the ingredients. So, but I think, a smart, savvy person that wants to be healthy needs to learn how to do that. Wheat bread that your great-grandmother would make had 5 ingredients, and all of them came from outdoors. Wonder Bread has 30 ingredients, and 25 of those come from a science lab. So one is clean, real food, and the other one is dirty, imitation food. So who wants that?
Exactly. Okay, so just to go over what we've been learning so far, we know that our digestive system plays a critical role, so we need to take good care of it. We can't just avoid this anymore. Now that you know, knowledge is power, and we've given you some good tips tonight on how to get things rolling so that you can get things back on track. So one of the ways of doing that, eat clean, toxic-free foods. And we've talked about, Janice gave us a couple of good examples of 2 things that seem like they're the same, but they are not. Larabar, Snickers bar, not even close. Add enzymes, pre and probiotics to your daily routine. That's a great way in a simple way. I think that's probably one of the easiest things you can do. And then like Susan was talking about, the food-based detox, spring and fall is ideal. If you can do it 4 times a year, that's great too. But at least spring and fall. And the reason being is that we need it for the fall in order to fortify ourselves for what's coming, because we all know we're going to be stuck indoors a lot, and people are passing around a lot of different sicknesses and ailments. And then in springtime, we actually need the extra fortification, because we're coming out of a time where we should have been resting and we weren't. So we're going to be run down when we need that extra energy when the days get longer. And then finally, get support. Get some support around changing this. Find a buddy or a pal, or, we're happy to share with you a program that we're going to be offering that starts in September on the 18th. And even though gut health can still be a bit of a mystery, we're going to take the mystery right on out of that for you. Do you ladies want to contribute a little bit to what's going on with this program, your insights?
The only thing I want to just throw in here is that my mother battled IBS. She wouldn't leave the house till 12 or 1 because she had such no control over what could happen, diarrhea. And it was miserable. I felt horrible for her, but she was not willing to make changes with her diet. It was constant. It's a tough thing to do if you've got something serious like that. And when she did, and I gave her this program, but it wasn't for 7 days. She stuck to it for at least probably 4 to 8 weeks to really get it. She'd slip off, get back. My mother loves some processed foods, cheese balls, prepackaged things. She'll say, "Oh, I got this gravy." Anyway, it's really, really difficult for people. Just depends on where they're coming from. But for my mother, when she finally gave it, eliminated the foods that they ask you to, did the probiotics, did the enzymes, did some supplements. She has been straight ever since. Nice. And she doesn't know what flipped. And now she's let, some of her bad foods back in, but she's still okay.
Well, one thing about the 7-day program,
just think you're going to be back where you were, but that she had success with this program.
That's good. Well, one thing about this 7-day gut program, you're not going to heal yourself in 7 days.
No.
This is a great starting point for someone who wants to really learn as much as they can about healing their gut. So it walks you through all of that. I will have a private Facebook group, so you'll get daily input from us, the 3 health coaches on there. And then plus we're going to be sending you'll be getting stuff in the email every day as well. But you'll have your recipe guide with a lot of great recipes in there. They're very simple, easy recipes. So we don't like everything overcomplicated. We want to make life easy for you and helping you through this healing process.
And I think the best part of this whole thing is just getting 3 health coaches with different experiences. We have similar backgrounds, but we also have kind of gone off in different directions and learned other things as well that we can bring to the program. The cost is certainly affordable at $47. It's pretty economical to start on that journey of changing your life. And it's a great program. It's got a lot of good content in it. And I think just the support, not just from us, but from the other people that are going to be in the group. And we have a really good time with it. It's serious, but not too serious. I mean, you're going to enjoy it and have a good time. And as Janice was saying, we'll be sending out emails just thanking everyone for coming on the call. We're going to figure out how to get this video uploaded so that you can watch it again if you missed something and want to take some notes. And then there'll be a link to the program so that if you're interested in joining us, you're welcome to. Just open it up. We've got about 5 minutes left. Does anybody have any questions or want to talk about an experience that you've had with your gut?
Don't be shy.
One other thing I can throw in is if you have family or friends that have issues and you really don't, and you don't feel this program is for you, maybe recommend it to them because it is a simple approach. So just I think it's something to share.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Kat and I have both been through a lot of gut issues ourselves.
We're experts. We're experts on what not to do.
Thyroid issues. Candida, I'm celiac. I mean, I've got it all. Leaky gut. I've got all those issues. I've had those issues. But I've learned how to overcome a lot of those issues. So I like to share that with everybody that feel like they're alone in this, in other words. So we want to make sure that we can help as many people as we can.
Absolutely. And I'm with you. I've got a number of those symptoms too, but the one thing I can say that I love the most since I started shifting my diet and being a little bit more in tune with, if I eat something, how does it make me feel? Usually you eat something and just kind of move on, and like if it bothers you, you're not even thinking like, oh, that bothered me. You're just like, what's next? What's next that I have to do? What's next that I have to eat? But one of the things that I used to have was that little like that tire around the middle, right under your belly button, where you could do like 500 crunches, it wouldn't put a dent in it. And ever since I shifted some of my eating, and I didn't do it all at once, I did a little bit at a time because it's just more sustainable that way. Like that thing has dropped away. So if even if you want to join us for that reason, that's a great reason, and we welcome you to come, and we'll gladly share our secrets with you.
Yeah, we love to. Yeah. And when we have our secret Facebook group, I mean, no question is ever too dumb. Because you know what? Ask the question, we will come up with an answer. We will answer your question. We'll help you. We'll probably go beyond what you asked us as well. So we like to share our information with everybody.
That's right.
And we have a lot of resources too, if there's something you don't know. I mean,
well, I'm in functional medicine school now, which I love, and I'm also doing the hormone course. Yeah.
All right. So sorry, someone have a question? Hello?
I think someone's trying to say something, but it's not coming through. From Gina, do you take the digestive enzymes the same time as probiotics?
What I do, I'll take the digestive enzyme before the meal, and then halfway through the meal, I'll take the probiotic, because I don't like to take the probiotic on an empty stomach.
Yeah, and sometimes that's personal preference, because I take my probiotic first thing in the morning on an empty stomach because I want to get as much bang for my buck, because it doesn't bother my stomach. So, but you can certainly do them together. The fact that you're doing them at all, take them whenever you want.
Yes, the plus.
Great.
Yeah.
What's an example of a digestive enzyme? Where do you buy them?
Well, you can get them at like a health food store. The three of us use doTERRA because they've got a really nice proprietary blend, but you can get them at health food stores. You can get them at Whole Foods. I can give you some suggestions on that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good question. All right. Anyone else?
Kat?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? This is Jack, Susan's brother. One, I could just tell you one thing. I was helped by my sister on how I started eating, and I guess I can use the word cleaner. I've shared on her website. Around March, I wanted to go vegan or vegetarian or something, and I kind of hit a brick wall. Anyway, bottom line, 30 days, I followed a program with her, and I think it was the detox program, and it gave me so much energy. It was insane. I'll share this. I lost 32 pounds in 30 days.
Wow.
Without exercising. I do walk a lot, just in retail, but I've continued that lifestyle. And I've lost almost 60 pounds. And Kat, you said something about, that little fat under your navel or the belly button. I still feel like, I still want to get rid of that. And I don't want to do this just to help eliminate, but sometimes I feel like my movements aren't as regular. And I don't know if it's just because I'm eating so much spinach, so much broccoli, so much kale. If I'm not eating properly or balanced. So I guess the question is, this program going to maybe help balance my stomach?
We're definitely going to be going in a little bit of a different direction than a typical detox. The detox program that you're talking about, I'm familiar with that, and I think it's amazing. This is really focused on the gut. So we're going to take all the information we have on how to fortify gut, and especially if you've got stuff that's going on there and you're still a good eater, we'll be able to address that for you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good. That's a good question.
But congratulations, Jack. That's awesome.
Oh,
Thanks.
the guy's on fire, and he used to be like a chef at a restaurant, and so he can take ingredients or take recipes and mess around with them and make them like really good. But he's really been focused on the plants.
Nice.
Really focused on
I hate to cut everyone off, but we're going to get cut off in a minute or so. So just want to thank everyone for coming tonight. Thank you for participating. If you have any questions, then just reach out to the person that invited you to this call. And if you're interested in joining the program, again, reach out to someone, whoever invited you to the call, or look in your inbox for an email that you'll get either tonight or tomorrow. So I hope you all have a great night, and we really appreciate your time tonight.
Did you flip that last screen that has like our contact information? You were going to do that.
Yeah, there it is.
Because I still have like 7:36. So you're just telling you it's about ready to go off.
It just says less than a minute.
Okay.
So if anybody wants to grab that info, Susan, refreshinglives.com, Janice at nourishwholeself.com, and I'm at yourinfinitewellness.com. And then
Hey, Belinda, I see you're on there. You're on mute, though. Okay.
We're looking at her ceiling.
Yeah.
All right.